Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Home with Kelly P. I'm Kelly. In today's video I'm going to be showing how I decorate a few of the lanterns in my home for the fall season. And this is part of an open invite hosted by Kenya from Kenya's Decor Corner. She hosts this each season. She challenges us to decorate different lanterns for the different seasons, and it's always so much fun to collaborate with her on this challenge. So be sure to check out Kenya's channel, which I will list in the description box below, because her decor is fantastic. I love seeing what she does for each season, and the way she decorates lanterns is amazing, and you will love it. And so please go check her out, as well as a link to the playlist that will be in the description box as well. Go check out all the other creators and see what they're doing for their fall lanterns. So let's get into the video and I'll show you how I created all my lanterns for my home. The first lantern I'm going to work on is this beautiful gold and glass vase that I got at Pier 1 a couple of years ago on a clearance sale. It's beautiful and it usually sits in my dining room, but it is really narrow and hard to fit things in. So I'm just going to test to make sure this little gold vase fits inside. And then I thought maybe this pumpkin, but it's just too little for it. So I decided to put the gold vase back in with some of these pretty little burgundy picks from Michaels. Be sure to come on over to Instagram and say hi. Here's my channel link here. I tend to share a few more things other than just home related items, and I'd love it if you would come and stop by and say hi. So once I got the gold vase with the floral pick inside, I closed the door to test it out, and I decided it was still missing something. So I got out my bag of pine cones and started filling the bottom of the lantern with that, and just placed pine cones all around it. And I think it just added that little extra touch of fall that I needed. I tried to put in some of my little cotton picks that I had too, but they just didn't look right. So I took them out and just filled it up with some pine cones.
It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky.
And to finish off the look, I added a couple of burlap leaves to the top handle that I had purchased from the dollar store. After looking at it for a few days, I'm not thrilled with the whole look yet, but then I found in my stash these two beautiful acorns with glitter on them that I got again at Pier 1 years ago. And are we gonna miss Pier 1? I mean, I'm so sad it's gone. It's completely gone from Canada now. And actually it was closing, I think the end of March this year, but of course then we went into quarantine, so they just shut down earlier, and I couldn't get to the store to check out all the sales. So I'm really sad. I mean, who else is going to miss Pier 1? We don't have a lot of, we don't have Hobby Lobby here. We don't have Joann's. We don't have, definitely don't have Target. Our Walmarts, at least in my area, suck when it comes to be frank, they suck when it comes to home decor and fashion. I watch all these people, all these home decor channels and fashion channels, and some of the stuff they get in the States from their Walmarts is fabulous. We don't have any, I can't find any of that up here. So Pier 1, although it was expensive, at least you could find some decor that was, unique and beautiful. So I'm really going to miss it. But I did find these. I've had these for probably 5 years, these beautiful little acorns with glitter. So I thought I would add it to the top of this in with these leaves from the dollar store. And I think I love the way that looks. I'll save this other one for somewhere else. Even if it's near my sink, but I think that's what I'm going to do with this one, is I'm just going to add it onto the top of this. So once I removed the burlap leaves from the handle, I tried linking them up to the acorn, and then tried applying all three of them back onto the handle. I tried the handle up, I tried the handle down, and you will see me fuss with this for a good few minutes, but in the end I decided it just was not going to work. Okay, so that did not work. I didn't like it up here. I think I like this better without the leaves on it. I think I'm just going to leave it like this for now. I have lots of spots I can use my little acorns, such as in my garland that I'll be doing on my fireplace. I just didn't like it up here. It just wasn't sitting well, and it's too big to fit in the lantern. I thought it might be pretty at the bottom, but they're too big. Like I said, this thing is so narrow, you can't get anything in it. So I think I'm going to leave this lantern as is and put it back in my dining room. I took the leaves off. I wasn't in love with them either, but I'm loving this with the small gold vase in it with some pine cones around the bottom and a little sprig of fall decor. So I think I'm going to leave it like this. So here it is in my dining room on my buffet table, and I'm loving now that I've taken the leaves off. And I'm just loving the simplicity of it, the little bit of rustic glam, the gold with the pine cones and a little bit of the sparkle underneath and the floral pick, which ties in with everything else on my buffet. So I'm happy with this, and it just shows you that sometimes just keeping it simple is the best way. But I'm loving this little bit of rustic glam that it's bringing to my buffet table. So now I'm going to go and work on two more lanterns, both of which I had purchased from IKEA years ago. The smaller one I got at a Christmas time, and the larger one, I don't even remember when I got it, but I have two of them in my house and I love them.
It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep.
So my plan for this little lantern is very simple. I just want to fill it with some of these little white pumpkins that I got at Michael's, some more pine cones that I have, maybe some of these leaves that I've had for years from the dollar store, and maybe even throw in the odd cotton stem. Not sure, but that's all I'm going to do is just try to layer some of these items into this lantern.
I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside, and I kind of feel like calling, but it's too late now. I just miss you.
So this lantern really is quite small, and I wasn't loving the look of all of these items in there. So I emptied it out, and I thought I'm just going to fill it with these beautiful little white pumpkins, and I love the look of the white against this black lantern. So that's all I decided to do, is just fill it up with some of these little white pumpkins.
I just miss you. We were such a
So after that was completed, I decided it just needed something else on the lantern, and I remembered that I had this beautiful little burnt orange gingham ribbon from last year, so I thought this would be the perfect added pop of color on this and really keep it fall looking. So I just made just tied on a simple little bow onto the handle, and it was exactly what this little black lantern with the white pumpkins needed, just that little extra pop of color.
constellation, right? No, you'd agree. Made a reputation for ourselves at H.
So now I'm going to move on to the bigger IKEA lantern. I usually keep this lantern in my main floor guest bathroom in my house, and it usually has this beautiful pillar candle in it. And I thought, well, maybe the pine cones would go around it because it does look like a fall color, that candle, and it wasn't going to work. So then I'm just going to do the same thing as the little one and just layer in a bunch of pumpkins and some pine cones, and that's what I decided to do. And then I remembered I had this other vine that I picked up from, I think it was the Dollar Tree. And I thought that would look beautiful just woven inside amongst everything as well, because it has little tiny berries and those beautiful fall colors. So what I did was I filled it up, and then I had to take the pine cones out again to make the vine work. So that's what you're going to see me do here. Just some more fussing, taking the pine cones out, adding in the vine, and then some more white pumpkins.
18, we had the devil on our shoulders telling us what we should do. I wonder if you think about me too. I can hear the rain.
While you watch me fuss with this vine and the pumpkins and the pine cones, I want to remind you to be sure to check out Kenya. Thank you, Kenya, for hosting this collab once again. So be sure to check out Kenya's channel as well as the playlist for more lantern inspiration.
Drops falling. It's cold outside, and I kinda feel like calling, but it's too late now. I just miss you.
So once again, once the inside of the lantern was complete, it still felt like it was missing something. And I really do love adding something to the top of lanterns. It just kind of brings it to life a little bit better. So here I'm just going to add on some more colorful leaves that I have had for years, and I forget where I got these. These might have been actually a Pier 1 import purchase a number of years ago, because they're quite big and they're beautiful. So I thought I'd add in some of these leaves because they mimic the color of the berries that are inside on that vine.
Miss you. Oh, miss you. Oh, miss you. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall.
So for this lantern with all the little cream pumpkins inside, I love the simplicity of it. I love the little pop of color that I get with this little orange gingham ribbon. And I thought this year I would place it in my coffee bar right here, keeping it fairly simple. And I love the way the black lantern looks next to all the black on the appliances, and with the letters, and the cream plays off all the Ray done, and then the ribbon gives a little pop of color that's needed in this area. Now my coffee bar is not done yet. I still have more things to do here, not too much, but I'm loving the simplicity of this little lantern with the little cream pumpkins. And here's a look at the last lantern. This is my other large black IKEA lantern, and it's the one I just added some pine cones into it, some little white pumpkins, and that garland I just wove through it and added some colorful fall leaves on top. And I love the simplicity of this one as well. The next lantern is this beautiful lantern that I made a few years ago, but I don't think I ever showed it on my channel. But this is again another black IKEA lantern, and they are just gorgeous and they're not expensive at all. And I absolutely love these lanterns. I think they might even have it in a white color this year. I'm not sure. I'd like to go check it out because I love the size of these lanterns and the look of them. But I made this a few years ago and it was very simple to do. So let me show you what I did. So what I did for this lantern is I took a piece of floral foam and I hot glued it onto the top of the lantern. And then I simply took some beautiful, beautiful fall picks that I found either at the dollar store, at Michael's, wherever I could find them on sale, and I just stuck them in. Now, part of me wishes I hadn't hot glued them onto the floral foam, because now this has to remain as is. Otherwise, if I hadn't hot glued them on, I could have taken them off and used them for use this for different seasons and changed it up for Christmas or for spring or for summer. But unfortunately, I hot glued them on, and I still love it. I still love this lantern, and I love bringing it out each fall because I just think the colors are gorgeous, and I love it for the fall season. But it would have been nice to have some options for other seasons. But that's all I did. I just hot glued some floral foam onto the top of it, hot glued in lots of different floral picks, and just made a basic little ribbon here in the black and white check, and stuck that in, and that's it. So because the rest of this lantern is so full and so busy, I keep the inside very neutral and very simple so it doesn't compete with the top of it. And I just have this beautiful rust colored candle that I keep in there, and that's it. So that does it for this video. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with me today, and I hope that you enjoyed it and you got a little inspired to maybe go decorate some lanterns in your home for fall. I love doing this each season. The other 3 lanterns always get a little glammed up for Christmas, and I can't wait to do that again this year. And I'm not sure where I'm going to use this one this year. I have a number of spots. I'm thinking maybe over there in the corner of my kitchen. I might prop it up there. Not sure. It always makes an appearance somewhere in my house during fall. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put it this year, but I know I will find a good spot for it. So until next time, guys, until I see you and talk to you in my next video, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great week. Bye.
Asleep, I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside, and I kinda feel like calling, but it's too late now. I just miss you. I've been waiting for this, yeah. It's been up on my mind, though it's hard to resist.